Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera Hashgraph, as we do got some exciting things to talk about. I also want to talk about the Web 3.0 stuff, as well as a few other things as well. So sit back, grab a snack, and yeah, let's go through this all together. Welcome to class. I am very glad to be teaching you all about this incredible stuff. So let's refresh the crypto market cap. We did see Bitcoin kind of pull back to our nice juicy 58.5K level. We could see a little bit lower, who knows? But overall, when we're talking about this crypto market, you know, things are moving here and there. Nothing too crazy happening just from an overall standpoint. But we do see our lovely friend Hedera Hashgraph down here, down about 1.39%. This has pretty much been jumping here and there. Nothing too crazy there. Still fairly happy with it. If you guys are an Hbar holder, what are you guys doing not liking this video? Also, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this. The principles and aims for CBDCs laid out in the G7 public policy proposal is Hedera. Now, it's not mentioning Hedera in here, but listen closely to what they are pretty much mentioning within CBDCs. Now, the G7, if you guys haven't known, it's essentially, you know, these overall areas: France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Canada, the UK, and even the US. Now, they did meet on Wednesday, and they pretty much drafted a framework of 13 principles behind CBDCs. Now, of course, they're talking about virtual forms of fiat currency, which is CBDCs, and they're pretty much talking about, you know, how they are issued by central banks. They're not decentralized as well. They're pretty much centralized by central banks, like you guys already know. But when we look here, right, here are the principles. Maintaining monetary and financial stability. Easy. You know, that could be done. Keeping users' data private. Perfect for, you know, Hedera Hashgraph. Aiding cybersecurity. Highest grade ABFT. Enabling healthy competition in the decentralized finance sector. Perfect. Limiting criminal transactions. Easy. Know your customer. Anti-money laundering as well. That's great. You know, I think Hedera Hashgraph solves that problem easily as well. A do no harm principle to users and pre-existing financial institutions. Yep. Limiting environmental impact from CBDCs. Ooh, wow. Environmental impact. I wonder who could solve that. I wonder if there is, like, you know, a massively green DLT technology within the space that is doing massive amounts of transactional volume that is, you know, still carbon negative. I don't know. Maybe, you know, Hedera Hashgraph. Promoting financial innovation, faster cross-border transactions, easy, right? We are pretty much the highest scalable and the fastest DLT out there. Increasing financial inclusion, 100%, and aiding international development. I mean, I'm just saying it right now, right? I think that this could easily be Hedera Hashgraph. It could be a lot of assets within the space as well, so I'm not going to be biased on it, but I'm just saying, you know, these are some great principles, and when we're talking about what's happening behind closed doors with the U.S. Federal Reserve and MTech and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, Hbar was the #1 choice here. Now, we do see here in a statement published alongside their policy proposal, the G7 leader stated that innovation in digital money and payments has the potential to bring significant benefits. Been saying it forever now. They also want to say that the digital currency they created would have to complement cash and act as a liquid, safe settlement asset and as an anchor for the payment system. Now, of course, they could just pretty much launch, you know, a stable coin on the Hedera mainnet, and I think that that would work perfectly for what they are trying to do here, and I think that this is great overall. You know, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say that they're naming Hbar or anything like that. I wouldn't go as far as that, but, you know, it is, I don't know. I mean, these are very, very specific proposals that they want, or I should say, you know, frameworks that they want overall, and I think that they do pertain to a lot of DLTs in this space, so who knows. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this. Now, this goes back to, I believe, I guess this is, yeah, this is the 1st of October. Will the next website be built on Ethereum? Now, I don't know if they meant website. I think that they meant just the next web. And essentially they're saying, is Ethereum the future of the internet? Interest in the Ethereum blockchain has exploded over the past year, as developers have turned to it to create a wave of decentralized financial projects such as DeFi, or known as DeFi, and unique digital tokens called NFTs. Now, I would not go as far as saying, you know, is Ethereum the next web? The, you know, future of the internet. Last time I checked, the future of the internet doesn't rely on, you know, $300 plus gas fees to move, you know, $10 to $100 to even $1,000. I just don't think that that is I don't think that that is likely the point of this. I think overall, when we're talking about the future Web 3.0, we talk about a lot of things, but let's talk about a few specific things. First off, let's talk about Google takes giant step towards powering blockchain-based Web 3.0, right? We do see search engine giant Google will not be refused a leadership position in powering the next generation of the World Wide Web, supercharged by blockchain. Today, Google Cloud announces it joins forces with Dapper Labs, a Canadian startup best known as the developer of a $680 million NBA Top Shot marketplace, to support and scale Dapper's Flow blockchain. Now, of course, they're talking about the future of, Web 3.0. We do see here during the transition to what is often called Web 3.0, the latest move positions Google to go after a chink in Amazon's armor by branding itself as a developer-friendly alternative. Though Google doesn't allow the actual process of mining cryptocurrency on its cloud services, according to Vice President of Google Cloud North America, Janet Kennedy, developers will be able to choose which regions power their platforms based on the energy consumption of that region. Now, I think that this could get very, very interesting very, very fast. Now, we do know that Google is, partnered with a few assets. I would say Hbar as well. So I think that this could get very interesting. Like I said, overall, when we're talking about the Web 3.0, I think the Web 3.0 goes beyond the decentralized web. I think that there's so much to go into this, but again, here's kind of what is the main specific idea of Web 3.0. Users are in control of their data and identity, displaces platform intermediated interactions with Amazon, Facebook, Google, Uber, and so forth, built on blockchain technologies, trust verification, privacy preserving and interoperability protocols, decentralized infrastructure, and application platforms, decentralized identity. Now listen, I talk about Web 3.0 a lot because this could be a $140 trillion plus, valued web. And when we're talking about this, I often say Hedera Hashgraph has the potential to really kind of power the new Web 3.0 scene. With the immense amount of scalability they have, with all of the use cases behind that as well, it would be perfect for Hedera Hashgraph to really kind of launch into the space and really kind of take over very, very fast. Again, we already know that they're partnered with Google, so I think that this could be very interesting as well. In a sense of really getting to the point of launching within the Web 3.0 scene. But we already know that they are already in the Web 3.0 scene. We actually go back to this Hex Trust partnership. And I've talked to you guys a little bit about this, but check this out. Okay, the Hedera Roadmap takes us decades into the future, and we are only at the beginning of this journey. Through each of these milestones, we're making steps towards achieving our visions for Hedera, the Hedera Token Service, and the Hedera Consensus Service to be the foundation of Web 3.0. So no, Ethereum, the next Web 3.0 will not be on Ethereum. Ethereum is not the future of the internet. Stop trying to talk it up. But seriously, no, when we're talking about what Hedera is actually really doing, I mean, this Hex Trust partnership is great to see. Like I said, I did a video on this, but this is what really kind of stood out to me, is because when we're talking about Web 3.0, that is the biggest slice of the pie here, because that is really a massive, that's pretty much a huge market, if you will. $140 trillion at scale from M13, they said. M13 Finance, you can look it up and really kind of read over it. It's an interesting read if you guys haven't already. But, this goes beyond what we have been talking about for a very long time within payments and the fintech zones. The Web 3.0 is the future of everything that we are doing on a day-to-day basis on the internet. And I think decentralization on the internet is needed. I think that, the whole idea of, hey, you can't post that, you can't post this, I think that is, sort of idiotic, if you will. I think that people should have the right to pretty much say and do whatever they want on the internet. I think it should be decentralized. I know that is a little bit of a biased opinion, but that's just overall my opinion. Now, again, we go back to May 20th with this link, partnership. Again, when we're talking about Web 3.0, check this out, right? Their potential on the Hedera network, which is already the most used enterprise-grade public network, is limitless. We are excited to be expanding our relationship with Chainlink Labs, which will be the first Web 3.0 company on the Hedera Governing Council to enable the most robust applications on the decentralized future. Again, okay, excuse me. When we're talking about Web 3.0, there's so many breadcrumbs behind the scenes with Hedera Hashgraph. And again, this is what I'm talking about. when we're talking about how big Hedera actually is, it goes far beyond NFTs, it goes far beyond DeFi, it goes far beyond gaming and all that kind of stuff that we've talked about forever on this channel. This is so much bigger than anybody could actually really think of, because we're talking about Web 3.0. Web 3.0 is one of those things that are overlooked. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this as well. This goes back to October 10th. Successful smart cities will be impossible without decentralized techs. This is fairly interesting to really kind of talk about, because we were talking about, future, smart cities. I think smart cities are really kind of cool. Again, they're talking about implementing the United Nations 2050 climate targets under the Paris Agreement. Pretty much, getting to that carbon negative, if you will, or carbon neutral aspect. Now, the interesting thing about this is, check this out. If we consider smart cities require a new type of financial plumbing that supports all of their services and are most likely based on DLTs, then we must consider the type of digital currency they will use. Okay, and check this out, right? This goes back to April 20th. Fpos reveals plans to power Australian smart cities with blockchain tech. Fpos revealed its plan to use decentralized ledger technology to power smart cities and self-driving vehicles during the Australian Blockchain Week conference. We do see here, Australia's leading point-of-sale technology provider Fpos Australia has revealed ambitious plans to roll out blockchain-powered autonomous vehicles and smart cities in Australia built using Hedera's hash graph. Wow, we're going to be looking at smart cities. We're going to be looking at autonomous vehicles and things that we haven't even thought about yet. All of this needs new infrastructure, and Fpos needs to be informed by that. Now, like I said, the breadcrumbs just keep piling up. Hedera is the only next generation network that will support these kinds of use cases, so we wanted to test it, and it has operated beautifully. Now, because we've got all this digital strategy, we are in position where we can start looking at ways that problems can be solved in a way which is maybe non-traditional and more distributed. Again, we are talking about a huge proof of concept for an Australian stablecoin using Hedera's hashgraph in July 2020. While the pilot focused on micropayments, such as real-time payments for streaming and pay-per-click content, Alan noted that the trial laid out the groundwork for a more ambitious initiatives. Guys, smart cities, Hedera hashgraph has the potential to really kind of work with them. I think that this is, again, this is talking about water, energy, data, flow over pipes, cables, and fiber. But, when we're talking about digital cities, we also talk about, digital infrastructures. We talk about the digitization and tokenization of nearly everything. And Hedera hashgraph is really kind of focused on this entire scene. We're talking about Web 3.0 here as well. I don't understand how anybody cannot be bullish on Hedera hashgraph right now. If you're not looking at Hbar, if you're not focused on it just because of the price appreciation, I get that. Go make your money this year. But long term, down the road, Hbar at these prices, these prices will soon be a thing of the past. These prices will no longer be here, in the next year, in the next 2 years. I think that at some point in time, Hbar will be taking over the scene day by day in transactional volume, in price appreciation. This is why we are invested in this. Okay? People laugh because, oh wow, in 60 days it didn't even make an all-time high. Wow. Listen, these are investments. Okay? When you go and ask somebody, hey, how long have you held Apple stock? I've been holding it since, the 90s. They've been holding it for 31 years. I mean, come on, guys. If you can't hold Hbar for 5 years to really, truly see the picture being painted for you, then I don't know, what your deal is, right? I mean, this is going to be a massive giant. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys can check me out on Twitter and also join the free Discord down in the description below. If you guys do want more content like my exit strategies, all that kind of stuff, you guys can check out NCashOfficial.com. But with that being said, guys, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.